Hi guys, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel after the wee break that I've had off, and it's so nice to see you. Hi, we're all back and ready. You'll see there's different backgrounds. I'll explain that in a minute. I've got a really good comfy chair, which was necessary for the old bones, but yeah, how are you? It's been quite a break for me, and I did really need it. There was a lot that needed done, but I'm back now. And what you can look forward to is the weekly tarot card, and also something nice for Sunday. I had an idea for a new playlist called A Conversation With. Now, what's happened is sometimes I put up 20 to 30 minute teaching videos on specific techniques, specific ways of doing things or viewing things, and that's fine, but sometimes it's all about just having a wee conversation about a certain belief or a certain thing I've done or a certain place I've been, and they're not going greatly in depth. There's putting a point of view or putting a way of looking at things, or a wee update on crystal, stuff like that. But I wanted more of feedback with them. I wanted it to be a conversation where if I put something forward, that you in the comments can kind of have a wee go, and that we could sort of chat in the comments and maybe in live streams and stuff after it. Let's see how it goes. So the first a conversation with me, obviously. I've just finished recording it, and it's an interesting one. I've decided to go with some basic beliefs, how I work my life with a very basic way of looking at things, and also how it helps me do the best magic. And that's coming up on Sunday, and I will be watching out for that on Sunday, and actually commenting there and then. Now, I've been off, and I've come back in and looked at comments, but I haven't been in it for about a week, so I know there's going to be 300-400, even 500 comments. I'll do what I can with them, but please know that when the conversation with Colette video goes up, that I will be commenting, I will be there, and I'll be focusing on it for the days that follow, so that we can all learn from one another. I just love hearing your viewpoints and things. So I'm really excited about this. I've got a few ideas, and also if you've got ideas that you would make something that would be a good group topic of discussion, then I can say, oh, this is what I think on that. Come on guys, what do you think? And I think it'll work really, really well. We will be getting back to the mediumship and the psychic development classes in the next few weeks as well. And yeah, but I want to focus on the conversation with as well, and get us all interacting and whatever. And but at the same time, I have got ahead with the book, and that's why I don't have any backgrounds up at the moment. I'm very visual with books, and when I'm writing, I don't work well with notes on a computer. I need my notebooks and whatever, and this book is intensely convoluted in its own way, in that I'm putting what you're giving me in with mine, and I've actually got a corkboard and little sticky notes all over it, and also I need this room to still be my meditation room, but more a writing room for the next couple of months anyway. So I might put a background up, I might just work with showing off some of my nice stuff. I realise I've got so many things on altars, so many knickknacks and whatever that you never see, so I thought, well, what's the point of that? I mean, I know I love them, but you don't get the chance to see them with the background, so I'm gonna have little different things up here. They just maybe a theme, who knows, but so I'm planning to do that rather than have the photographic backgrounds up for a wee while. they take up an awful lot of room, and it is quite a small room. And for the near future, it has to be conducive to writing rather than recording. I do think this book might manage to be out by the beginning of April, though, and I would love that because it would be good to have some money. No, I don't mean that, but it would be good to be finished with that. I've got about another 6 ideas for books that I want to get on with after this, and I'm really excited about 2 of them anyway, and they're an awful lot more lightweight than the Death and Afterlife book, which is totally inspiring and life affirming, but it's also quite sad as well at times. So yes, so I'm going to be very focused on writing to get that book away. I think the cover will be done in the next few weeks as well, which will be lovely. I've got a very strong idea to go to the designer. Hopefully the last idea I gave him, he followed it and proved that this is a universe book, and it was very much enhanced what I could see, and it was one of my favourite covers. So I've got another design in my head, and I know he'll bring the best of it out, and that's exciting too. So yeah, I that's my aim now. When I go forward, I sometimes push myself to, well, I sometimes give myself lists or things that I want to do, and I have discovered over the last 6 months, particularly with the folate deficiency, that I have to take it day by day. Totally, I may want to record videos, but if I get up feeling like hell in the morning, then it's not going to happen. If I say I want to write 2,000 words today of the book and I haven't slept well, or I'm in pain and I need to take heavy pain meds, that's not going to happen, because it would be ludicrous junk that would come out, and I'd go back and read it and think, oh my god, that's the meds talking. It's not me. So yeah, I'm taking it day by day. I'm not making any promises, but I still have wishes and things I would like to achieve, but almost bearing in health. I've got another, I think, months of the folate stuff, and then I'm off for 2 months, and then I'll get tested again to see how it drops. I really am not looking forward to being off it, because it has really, really helped compared to who I was 3 months ago. And my energy, I mean, I literally lay in bed at times thinking something really badly wrong here. And I know I've got the kidney stuff and stuff, but I'm used to that. You know, I'm used to the exhaustion that comes with this. The anemia was something else. It was like a weight on my body that I just couldn't do much with at all. But I was almost flatlined in it. So yeah, I am knowing the benefit of the medication, and I'm looking forward to finishing it and hopefully seeing where we go with it. I reckon I'll be on maybe medication or whatever for life, but I don't mind as long as as long as it's going in, to be honest. So yeah, we had a lovely Christmas and New Year. It was the first Christmas as a nana to Alexander, and oh my god, it was brilliant. I had such fun, and Papa Jim, oh my god, he was over the moon, and it was a lovely time. I think kids make Christmas, don't they? Alexander was getting all sorts of gifts, and he's sitting up now. I think he's 9 months now, sitting up and blabbering away, and I think a wee tooth's just about to come through, and it's just a joy. I mean, I can't see by this wee boy at all, and I see such an old soul in him that I know that there'll be a lot of guidance needed and a lot of ways to be passed on to him as he gets older. So yeah, he made Christmas, and we you know, with my girls and partners and everything, it was just a relaxed, gentle time. We didn't have the big solstice celebration this year. I really wasn't up to it. And where we were meant to be gathering had structural problems, so that wasn't happening either. But you know, we'll get there. And New Year was quietish. And you know, I was saying towards the end of last year, 2020, be optimistic, it'll be good, and you know, it's got to be better. And then the first week or so of 2020 was a disaster. All the stuff going on with such a loss of wildlife and life in Australia with the bushfires, and the videos coming through of, you know, all the wee displaced koala bears and stuff, and it's just a nightmare. And you know that it's happening all over the world now. There's volcanoes coming up. There's all the earthquakes. Puerto Rico is just devastated, but you don't hear too much about it. But it's having like almost sort of not one earthquake, but little systems of them hitting every few days, and it's absolutely devastating. There's flooding. We've had flooding in the lanes. The weather has been unseasonably warm. There's no way that we should have 11 degrees or 12 degrees in the middle of January in Scotland. And yes, it's still been rainy and it's still been dreich and whatever, but it's not been cold, although that seems to be changing today. It's getting a bit colder, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if I see some flowers or some plants coming into bloom. And you know, I was talking to a friend in Washington DC, and she had put up that there was actually cherry blossom coming out in some places, and no. And then there's snow in Texas at this time of year, which shouldn't happen. This is, although these are weather systems, if you look at them as a whole, there's no doubt that environmentally we're seeing climate changes that are massive, absolutely massive. And I think it's important we all just do what we can for that. He has so much to tell me, actually. It's, I started a low buy, no buy year. And the reason I did that is that we have a cottage, and it's a lovely wee place, but it's not big. And it's just piled with stuff, and it's not stuff that, I mean, Jim and I tend to buy our clothes second hand first if we can, and do eBay, and you know, but even with that, we've got to the age where we had too much stuff, so we did a big declutter and took a lot to the charity shop, and then we're going to do one in, one out. But if we need to buy something, we have to make sure that we just can't make do with what we've got. The only things that will be bought is things that break or we need beneficial to our ways of life. Like there's sometimes I feel it's very important that we do buy a mobility tool or a mobility help. These things are not covered by the no buy or low buy. But things, just shopping, as I say, maybe online or whatever, isn't happening, and I'm going to declutter more for charity shops and giving such a lot away, which just feels great, you know. Because I think when you get older, you've accrued enough clothes, you've accrued enough things, you know. I went through collecting tarot decks and then gave most of them away, and you know, I do review books, but I'm actually really behind with that at the moment. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books waiting to be read and reviewed, so I'm not actually taking any more books in for review until I'm through that, because that's not fair on the author. You know, that's not right. If someone said they were going to review my book and then didn't do it for a year, you know, it would be great that they eventually did it, but it would be like, are they reviewing it, or even worse, don't they like it? So I'm not going to be reviewing anything unless it's something that, you know, comes from one of you. You know, that if you've got something that you want reviewed and, you know, you're a follower or whatever, I'd more likely do that, more of a personal thing than maybe review for a bigger organisation or publisher. So yeah, it's all about looking at life and saying we have enough, and we don't want to put any more. Well, we've got quite a low carbon footprint as it is, but we want to keep it that way. And so that's what we're doing. So if you've started the year with maybe thoughts about the environment, or thoughts of decluttering, thoughts of being more minimalist, let me know in the comments, because I'd be interested to see how many other people are doing this. Obviously, I've looked at a few videos on YouTube about no-buy years or low-buy years, and of course now the algorithm is giving me the choices of every video on that. So I've, you know, some of them are really, really interesting. I think that some people are doing it to save money, others are doing it for the environment, but the sort of outcome is that we will consume less. And that can only be good. That can only be good. So let me know. I'm trying to think. I should have written things down. Thank you to the people that have bought me wee coffees over the last few weeks. I haven't got the names in front of me, but you know who you are, and I really, really appreciate them. And they do help, as I say. And if you are interested in following the production of the book on the afterlife, you can subscribe to the Colette Brown book page. Now, there's a Colette Clairvoyant, which is all my spiritual stuff, and there's a private Colette Brown, but there's also a Colette Brown book page that I tended not to use a lot, but I kind of like to do wee blogs on how the writing process is actually coming, and how I'm approaching it, and how flawed it is, or how I got on with stuff, or, you know, excuse me. So the Colette Brown Books page is on Facebook. So if you want to subscribe to that, that would be nice too. So Jim's had an MRI scan yesterday, so he's quite sore this morning. It's just a thing that he has to get to check for some wee cells that we need to keep an eye on. So I'm thinking that'll be okay. And I have a lot of things to get to audiology. I'm going to get told off. I need a new mould for one of my hearing devices, and just because of not having the energy, I've not been down to get all the moulds taken and whatever, but that'll happen. And the dentist and the usual things, all the things that when you're feeling great or good, you just do, but when you're not feeling well, you just don't. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting things like that sorted, and getting on with the writing and doing the videos I want to do, and being more sort of hands-on again with the channel. Again, I have to say, I have so many thoughts and things I want to do, but if the health isn't there, I'll disappear for a wee while and then come back. But I'm feeling I'm getting myself back to my normal, which is fine. So yeah, so family's good. Alexander is the joy of my existence. He's so funny, so funny. I just can't stop laughing at him at times. He's a wee cute thing, you know. He looks at you and he takes it in, and then he does something. I had a laugh yesterday. we have various drums about, shamanic drums, boran drums, and little djembe drums. That's a small one, and Jim disappeared and brought one of the small djembe drums through and sat it in front of him on his wee seat, and then was like tap 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 tap, and then Alexander would listen and go tap 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 tap, and then Jim would do more, and then he would repeat it, and I was like, oh my god. Jim was really happy because it's like, you know, he's very musical. He used to play boran drum in shamanically, but also in folk bands and stuff. So to have a grandchild that appears to be having a musical ear or rhythm, he's quite excited about that, and so am I, to be honest. So that was funny to see. That was great. The doggos are fine. Benji's just getting old. He's 11, and he just wants to sleep most of the time, and he's become more stubborn. And it's a wee Lhasa Apso, and they're a stubborn breed. But oh my goodness, when he wants something, he'll just stand and look at you till you acquiesce to him. And Nellie, she's doing great. She's fine. She's not had any fits for about 5 months, but she's great. And she's just a wee dog that needs attention. It's as simple as that. So yeah, the doggos are fine. We're trundling on. Have our days where we're not so good, have days where we're feeling better, and that's just life, isn't it? So look forward to the weekly tarot card coming up Thursday or Friday, and also the conversation with on Sunday, and then next week will be, you know, different things, maybe mediumship, and let's get the psychic development classes on the way as well. So there'll be lots of potential for more interaction. I think that's what I'm trying to say. There'll be the development classes, there'll be the conversation with, and also I do like to hear what you think about the weekly tarot card, because some of you can really connect to it, and some of you actually get back maybe the following week and say, oh my goodness, that happened, and that happened. And I do read these because I have a filter on that keeps things that even if I've replied to it, it keeps it now so that I can go back and see it, which is wonderful. So anyway, this is probably turning into a marathon, but I just needed to let you know I'm back. There's some stuff that will be new in the channel, and the book is heading forward, which is a good priority for me at the moment, you know. So if you want to support the channel, you can buy me a wee coffee. The link's down below. It's $3 or £3, I think, and I get almost most of it. I think PayPal only takes about 14 pence or 20 pence, so it's a good way of it. And also, if you could support my book, Memoirs of a Clairvoyant, it's been out 2 and a bit years now. I'm happy with the way it's done, but yes, there does need to be another book out, because when you get another book out, it boosts all your books, you know, like books, people like the book, they go on and look for things they want, so you get a wee bump in sales, and that's always nice. So I hope you're all well. I hope if you're caught up in some of the mad weather systems or traumas that you're all okay. I really do. I have a brother in Australia, so I was checking that he and my nephew and everybody were okay, and they are. But it's quite worrying, and I do have so many friends in the USA, and there's so many things going on all in different places, and the government stuff, and the government stuff here. I don't even want to go there, and I won't. I'll keep that for Twitter. If you, you don't want to really follow me on Twitter. Anyway, it's nice to be back, and I love you and leave you, and hope that you give this a thumbs up, and subscribe and do all the things you're meant to, like hit the notification bell and comment and share or whatever, but just be there. That's enough. So many blessings. Now I'm sure I'll go off and think, oh, I forgot to say this and this, but it is what it is. Many blessings. I look forward to hearing your chat.